Yeah, no, and so's Valcarta, so, yeah.
This shouldn't take too long.
Okay. Right, so the item 12, Part A matter, the Groins proposed renewal of playground equipment. Do you want to speak to that?
So this obviously came back to the board following our first decision for some reasons pointed out by some of the councillors. We're actually happy with the decision we made. We understand the concerns, but we were aware of those concerns when we made the decision, so we're happy to reconfirm where we stood to start with. Recommending that the playground be renewed.
Yep. And this is on budget for the LTP. Yep. Yes. And I haven't got the, what are the numbers on it?
Yes, that's number 2.
Eh?
That's the same. It's essentially the same recommendation that they've just popped up. So that's the recommendation.
Yeah, but what's the cost?
Oh, well, it doesn't say, it's just funding is available.
And this, was this carry forward from last year? It must have been, because your paper said that funding was available this financial year on the 3rd of June, so...
I couldn't give you the exact details of the...
I'm assuming it's a carry forward.
But this is tied up with some NZTA funding that they've reimbursed council for. Got figures on as part of, it's being relocated as part of the Western Belfast bypass.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's not exactly been relocated because of that. Yes, but it's obviously reached the end of its useful life as well.
No, the playground's got 8 to 10 years.
No, the playground's staying where it is. It's the fort that's been relocated.
No.
I suspect it's both, actually. It has to be...
The playground is being rebuilt.
It has come to the end of its life, and it has to be moved.
We've got a staff member to answer these questions. It's been very confusing. But I was under the impression the playground is being rebuilt in a new location, and other amenities are also being moved. The existing playground will remain because it has 8 to 10 years life. The fort has gone past its use by date, and that will not be rebuilt. Is that correct?
Yes, so the fort has passed its use by date, so that has been removed. The playground is being relocated partially due to the Western bypass. We know where all the new people are going to be congregating and going to in terms of using that picnic spaces. So that's the main driver for doing that. The rest of the equipment at this stage was to remain where it is, but we don't believe it will be very heavily used in that space.
Yes, I think the board asked the question, could that be moved to somewhere else in the city? Looked at. But
that's certainly an option, yes.
Can you clarify the funding, that this is part of the compensation package, if you like?
No, it was part of the Capital Works program, so it's not part of the compensation that NZTA are providing for the groins. That is separate. So the funding for this project was split over 2 financial years. 2015 was the first lot of funding. The intention was that the project would have been signed off in June, and then the second part of the funding coming through this year for doing the installation. As the report didn't go through in the May-June report at council, we've put a carry forward in.
Great. Yeah, that's what I wanted to know, that it was carried forward from the last
so
financial year.
150,000 for the whole project.
Yeah. Yanni?
Thank you. I was interested that you made the comment that the project funds don't include any further disability equipment.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. The project
under 4.2, funds allocated to this project do not extend to include any further disability equipment. So there's nothing. I was just trying to see if there was anything in terms of accessibility equipment at all.
Yes, there is. So the original plan we put forward, it was requested from the board to relook at the equipment we were putting in, and we made amendments to that plan, which is then what went out and we consulted on, and we included additional equipment to make it, excuse me, a more fully accessible playground.
And have you talked to any of the disability sector groups around what their needs may be, or how those facilities
Not directly on this project, but we have with other projects in the past, so we do know what they are looking for in terms of accessibility. Two submissions came in on this project which related to that, and again they were
Of the
forward.
3 that came in altogether?
Yes, yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's sort of one of those funny parks where
I
you
know,
don't
because,
have...
well, why would you make a submission? I mean, you go there for a picnic, you go there, you know, like it's not a neighbourhood park, it's
Correct,
a destination, it's
that's
a
right.
completely different proposition.
It's a very hard one to consult on in terms
Yeah.
of the audience you're trying to capture,
Yeah.
because you've got no strong
You've got
residential
a
base around
constantly
it.
changing audience and,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
look, I completely get it.
Well, I just thought, I went through Masterton where they actually built a whole playground with the community, and it was a really neat contrast to what we do, which is build playgrounds for communities. And it just seemed to me that whether there was any opportunity to further engage with the disability sector around additional equipment, this is a destination, you're absolutely right. And it means, you know, that it possibly is an opportunity, given the interest in this aspect, to actually enhance this as a bigger destination for those with disabilities to have a really good experience.
Yeah. You know, everyone's read it, we know.
Botanic
Yeah.
Gardens and Central City.
Yeah, I think with the groins too, you've got to look at what the groins as a reserve is about, and it's more about the whole environmental side of what people go there for. They go there for the lakes, the fishing, just what the groins provides as a park. It's not there. People don't, if they go into a playground, they don't say, let's go to the groins. It's never been that sort of
The
park.
playground is an add-on to a
That's right.
destination that is really used for picnics, it's used for, as you say, fishing, the walking around the area, you know, it's completely different. It's not a park, it's not a playground park.
No, that's
It's
right.
got it's an environment that has a playground in it.
Yes, whereas the playground provides that additional facility when people are visiting it. So we haven't built it around that, but we know that people, who go to parks, they want somewhere for their children to be able to be occupied as well as outside of those other activities they can do at the groins.
But I mean, the Botanic Gardens and in the future the Margaret Mahi Park playgrounds are 2 specific sites, but I don't think that there's any harm in just asking staff to connect with the disability community around.
And like I said, we have done that in the past with other playgrounds and with just general information gathering with the different groups as well around what they
Did pick up on that, and we had quite a lengthy discussion, and that's something that we could actually pursue as an add-on later, or whatever. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so would you like to move this, Pauline, and seconded Ali? I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. And then, is there anything else that you want to raise?
No, everything else is